dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Kat Kanavos. I'm the host of Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. And if you're new to my program and you'd like to watch us, if you're only listening, because this is a live video podcast, you can go to my website. Just type in the search bar, The Queen of Dreams, The Queen of Dreams. And it'll take you to my website, which is actually KathleenO'KeefeCanavos.com. But I know that's a really big mouthful. But look up at the top right-hand corner and you'll see Dream Vision 7. Click that little link and it'll take you right to my website on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, which is out of Boston. And you can look for the little TV set with the little antennae on it. Click on that and you get to watch us live. So I'm on every first and third Tuesday of every month. And I'd love to have you watch us whenever we're on. Remember, you can also send in any questions you might have. So let's start this show with our meditation. I want to start with our meditation so that we're grounded, we are positive, and we're getting rid of any negativity that we may have collected during the week, okay? So I want everybody to kind of sit deep in your chair. Imagine yourself just getting heavier. And what we're going to do is take 3 deep breaths in. We're going to hold them so that any negativity we may have collected during the week, month, year, lifetime gets caught in that breath of life. We're going to blow it across the room into the flame of Saint Germain, where it's going to be converted into beautiful golden light, returned to the universe. And that way we're not littering with our negativity. Okay. And then what I want you to do is imagine holding a power gift, and your power gift is anything that was given to you or is something special to you. It can be your favorite stone. It can be a special rock. It can be a flower. It can be a feather. It can be your car that you're just imagining holding in your hand. Because remember, in the dream world, our car is kind of what our life gets us around. It's our body what gets us around. I want you to imagine holding it in your hand, and we're going to create a mirrored bubble around us. Okay, ready? Just kind of sit deep in your chair, feel yourself relaxing, move your shoulders around a little bit. And if you're driving right now, do not close your eyes. You can just listen to us and it'll still work. Okay, take a deep breath in, hold it. Imagine any negativity getting caught in that breath of life. Blow it out across the room. Another deep breath in. Hold it, fill your lungs up completely all the way down to the bottom. Imagine any negativity, maybe something you said to somebody this week, something they said to you, getting stuck in that breath of life like little pieces of pepper. Blow it out across the room. One more time, really deep. Hold it just a little bit longer. Imagine something someone said to you or did to you in your life that's held you back. imagine it getting stuck in that breath of life. Blow it out across the room, right into the purple flame of Saint Germain, and you see it turned into beautiful golden light, returning to the heavens, coming back down through the crown of your head into your body. Now imagine holding your power gift in your hand. Start swinging it around your body in your mind, or you can do it for real, creating a mirrored bubble that only allows that which is of the highest and best brought by your spirit guides and guardian angels. Everything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. So open your eyes when you're ready. Imagine yourself coming back into your body. If you need to, put your fingertips together and press 3 times. Reach around and grab them and pull 3 times and feel yourself pulled back into your body completely. So we all dream, but remembering our dreams may be tricky. Why is it important to remember our dream information so that we can use it? We spend 1/3 to 1/4 of our life sleeping. And yet, we don't pay that much attention to our dreams. We're thinking, they were just, dreams. They're not really important. But nothing could be further from the truth. So we have 2 dream expert doctors. No, I'm really not joking. They're with us tonight, and they're going to answer many questions about dreams, how they can affect and help and alter our health. All you have to do is remember them. How do we remember them? So our guests tonight are Dr. Kimbrerly Mascaro, who says, may your dreams be your medicine. Is there a connection between your dreams and health? So Dr. Kimbrerly Mascaro is the author of many books, including the recently published Extraordinary Dreams, Visions, Announcements, and Premonitions Across Time and Place. And she's also got a second book she's going to share with us tonight that was just published also. She's a psychologist and licensed psychotherapist, certified guided meditation yoga facilitator, certified hypnotherapist, and the ethics committee co-chair of the International Association for the Study of Dreams, also known as IASD. Dr. Mascaro has worked in the field of mental behavioral health as well as higher education for over 20 years, blending Western and Eastern science for mental health and well-being. We're going to talk about that more. Her primary focus is on women's issues, moving beyond grief and loss, as well as recovery from substance abuse and dreams. Her dream research has been presented and published in the United States and Europe. So our second guest tonight is, and forgive me if I botch this, but it's Dr. Bhaska Banerji, like energy, but Banerji. And he says, people will never forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Dr. Bhaskar started his extensive journey as a healer many years ago at the University of Michigan, where he was first introduced to polarity therapy, a form of energy healing, in Professor Max Heinrich's Western non-Western medicine class. He furthered his skills as an energy healer under the tutelage of master teacher Linda Goodhands. Later, he studied Shiatsu and Swedish massage at the National Holistic Institute at Emeryville, California, and obtained a PhD in mind body medicine at Saybrook University. So welcome to the show, Dr. Bhaska and Dr. Kimberly.
Thank you.
So I want to start out by having you share your websites with us, because many of our listeners will be Googling you during the show. That's how they work. So let's start with you, Dr. Kimberly. Give us your website.
My website, a little complicated as well. It's consciouschimera.com. So it's the word conscious and then chimera, the multi-parted mythological beast, and that's spelled CHIMERA. So consciouschimera.com is where you can find me. And I have an upcoming retreat. So if you go to that website, look at the menu, you can see all the various offerings.
Great. Dr. Bhaskar, how can we find you?
You can find my offerings at dreamanalytics.weebly.com. That's DREAMANALYTICS.weebly, WEEBLY.com.
And for those of you watching who would like to go to their websites, maybe during the commercials or even during the podcast right now, if you can learn more about them. I've got a much more extensive bio on both of them with those links that are hot on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network website that they've got for me. So just Google Dreaming Healing, go to that website that I told you. You can go to my website, The Queen of Dreams, click on that button in the upper right-hand corner. It'll take you to that website. You'll see their pictures. And beside their pictures are their bios, extensive bios, like 3 paragraphs long. I just read 1 paragraph for each of them, and their links are there, and their links are hot. So Dr. Kimbrerly Mascaro is going to be chairing a dream panel at the IASD 2022, and that's the International Association for the Study of Dreams, with Dr. Bhaska Banerji and me. Yes, I'm going to be sandwiched between 2 doctors. It doesn't get any better than that. That's dreamy. That is a dreamy sandwich. So let's start with Dr. Bhaskar. Dr. Bhaskar, what kinds of health information guidance can a person expect to receive from their dreams?
Well, I would say primarily there's 2 kinds of guidance that one is likely to receive. One in the form of dream warnings, health dream warnings, and the other in the form of dream prescriptions. Do you want me to say a little bit more about each one of those?
Yes. What's the difference between a warning and a prescription?
Okay, so in a dream warning, you're going to get some kind of a message, warning you about a potential health problem that might be looming under the radar. You might not be consciously aware of it, but underneath the surface, in somewhere in the body, something is brewing, and one's body wisdom is trying to convey that information to the conscious mind through a warning dream. Okay? Now that's a little different from a prescription dream, because in a prescription dream, we already have some kind of a health problem that we're aware of, and the dream maker is giving us a prescription that will help alleviate that health condition.
Interesting. So can you ever have a dream that's got both going on at the same time? Let's say you don't know that you have a condition. Let's say you don't know you have diabetes, but all of a sudden you're having dreams about, when you go to eat a donut or something. Somebody sent this dream into me the other day. To eat a donut, suddenly the donut jumps out of their hand and runs away, and they're chasing after all of these sweet things, yet they can't catch them. And so then when they do go for their checkup, they find out they've got diabetes. How does that work?
Yes, I'll share an example from my own life where I used to be a Diet Coke addict. And then I started having these recurring dreams where crabs were emerging from the soil, and there were a whole bunch of crushed Diet Coke cans surrounding the crabs. And for those of you who know astrology, crabs are the symbol for the astrological sign Cancer, right?
Mhm.
There's a very clear message that if I don't quit this habit, it's gonna do me in. The diet drinks are gonna literally lead to me dying. Was the message that the dream maker was conveying. And once I decided to replace the diet drinks with something more healthy, almost immediately those recurring dreams disappeared.
Oh, that's amazing. I've got to share this with you, Dr. Bhaskar. In the book I wrote, Surviving Cancerland, I had a dream where I walked into my doctor's office. I was surprised because I saw people in the office, waiting in the office, that I'd seen in my other dreams. One was a woman with a baby on her lap. And all of a sudden, this doctor walks out of a door and says, "Hi, my name is Dr. Jules. I'm your physician within." And this was after I'd already been diagnosed with breast cancer. I had had dreams telling me I had breast cancer. I went, got the pathology reports, and I had it. So in this dream, after she shook my hand, these 3 crabs go scurrying across the floor to a door that goes to the basement where it's dark, all in the basement. And she yells, "You catch those." So I go chasing after these 3 crabs, and they're going down a flight of stairs. And I'm going, oh my God, if I don't catch them, they're going to get lost down there in those tunnels, which, if you know about breasts, they're full of, tunnels of milk glands. And there's a lot of tunnels in your breasts. And I said, I just screamed in my dream, "Stop." And they stopped. And I had a container in my hand with water. And I scooped these 3 crabs up, and they pulled in their pinchers, and they turned into these beautiful golden pearls. And I remember looking down at them and waking up thinking, 3 crabs, but they only found 2 cancers. 3 crabs. 5 years later, they found the 3rd that they had missed with the first 2. So our dreams are truly amazing. And by the way, a question just came in on the phone. Somebody would like to know what that is hanging behind you with what they said looks like the Greek evil eye.
Yeah, that is actually from Greece. And it's to ward off the Greek evil eye.
Oh my goodness.
Lucky charm pendant to ward off the Greek evil eye.
I love it. I love
I
it.
spent a lot of time in Greece because that's where the ancient dream healing temples were.
Oh yes, the Asclepian green temple.
Asclepian, yes.
Yes, yes. So, Dr. Kimberly, how can we go about obtaining the type of guidance we need for our health?
Well, when it comes to dreams, as we all, I believe, keep a dream journal pretty diligently. And you've said in the past, Kat, on, past shows how important that is. So when it comes to dreams and health, we might not catch them if we're not tracking them. So even if we don't recall much and we just want to go deeper and grow that practice, it's okay to even just kind of sleep with your dream journal, just to let your conscious mind know you're ready to begin or go deeper. If you're doing that and still not much is coming, there's ways to just capture any tidbit that you can, whether it's the feeling that you have upon awakening, whether it's just maybe 1 or 2 bits that you might recall. Anything can go in that journal as a way to tell yourself, this is a practice that I'm going to commit to and that I value, and sticking with it every night, being, religious about it, if you will. And that's one way to start to say, okay, I'm ready to recall and get this information from my deep inner world. And who knows, right? When we start to do that, more and more information can come quickly, more quickly for some than others. And that can result in information that directly pertains to health, whether it's warning or prescriptive dreams. In my case, I kind of divided them simply diagnostic and pre-diagnostic and post-diagnostic, just again for my own personal journey and simplicity. But Dr. Bhaskar's doctoral work was really quite detailed in the various categories. So learning about those divisions, again, we can really start to obtain information from the dreams and categorize them in a way so we learn what we're supposed to do. What are we being warned about, or where we're supposed to go next?
And that can be very confusing to some dreamers. And I loved your idea of sleeping on your dream journal or with your dream journal. That old saying, if you've got a problem, sleep on it, because you can get answers in your dreams. But I know that one of the stories in Dreams That Can Save Your Life, the book that I did with Dr. Larry Burke, this woman had a dream, and in the dream, she couldn't figure out what they were saying to her, or I think personally, it was so shocking. She was like, no, this can't be right. And it was a dream telling her that she had cancer. And so she said, she wrote the dream down in her dream journal. And she said that this just can't be right. And so what she did was she set her intention the next night to have a clarifying dream, to explain the dream from the night before. And she said, okay, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. That was totally confusing. So clarify, please send me a clarifying dream. And the dream they sent her was they took her to a graveyard in Ireland. And she was looking around at all the graves. And there was this one grave that had posies growing all over it, pretty posies. And she looked at it and she goes, well, that's not my name. They said, no, your grave over there is empty. But if you don't do what we told you in the dream last night, you're going to be underneath the ground, pushing up those posies. Or daisies. That's what they told her in the clarifying dream. So she immediately went to the doctor. But the point is, those clarifying dreams, if you ask for them, ask and you'll receive, you'll get them. And sometimes that's really, all we need to know. So don't go away. We've got to take a quick break. You are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I am your host, Kat Kanavos. We'll be right back.
Can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Omega Institute, offering workshops, retreats, and online learning dedicated to awakening the best in the human spirit. For over 40 years, Omega has seen more than 1 million people come through its doors to grow, learn, and find a greater sense of purpose. With over 350 workshops to choose from, Omega offers something for everyone. Located in Rhinebeck, New York, just 90 miles north of New York City, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 877-944-2002. Again, 877-944-2002.
Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
Ever had a strange dream? Nautilus Award winner, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases by Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos and Duke University radiologist Dr. Larry Burke. Forward by Dr. Bernie Siegel shares how people like you self-advocated in the face of adversity and won using dreams. Read life-saving dream stories validated by medical reports. Hear how dreams of dead loved ones saved lives. Use interpretations and journaling as roadmaps in your waking world for health, wealth, and love. Dreams That Can Save Your Life. Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases. Buy the audio and book at KathleenO'KeefeCanavos.com in English and Italian worldwide and through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other retailers.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. My friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. We've got Dr. Bhaska with us today and Dr. Kimbrerly, and we're talking dreams, 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 because we are going to be on a panel together that Dr. Kimbrerly is going to be chairing on dreams at the IASD. That's the International Association for the Study of Dreams. So I'm going to ask Dr. Kimbrerly to come back on and tell us about this panel, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and how you can come and join us. So Dr. Kimbrerly, take it away.
Thanks, Kat. Well, so the three of us will be presenting on a panel that we have titled Health and Healing Dreams. And we'll each spend some time talking about our research or personal experiences with dreams in the realm of health and healing. And that's going to take place in July in Tucson at the annual IASD conference. So it's not too late to register. No. You can even, I believe, register week of if you need to wait. But if you want to commit to this, the sooner you can register, the better. Maybe you even want to stay in the hotel where the conference is going on. And so I hope you consider doing that. You can learn more at asdreams.org. So asdreams.org, and click on the conference link on the menu bar. And that'll give you all the information. But it is this July, mid-July in Tucson.
Right. And so my part of it, I'm going to be sandwiched, like I said before, a dreamy sandwich between two doctors. And I'm going to be talking about spirit guides, guardian angels coming into your dreams, because our dreams are sacred doorways to divine messages for health and wellness. So I'm going to be talking about that. And I had to explain that in depth when we were sending in our information to the IASD, because they were going, what? Guardian angels? What are you talking about?
They saved you though.
They did. So I'm going to be talking about that. And who knows, maybe your guardian angel is your deceased dog. We're saying anything can happen, but come and join us when we talk about it. Dr. Bhaska, tell us what you're going to be talking about on the panel.
Well, deceased relatives might be one of the things I talk about on the panel, because a lot of times when people get health guidance in dreams, they come from a deceased relative. For example, in my study, I did a PhD study that tried to it was an attempt to do an experimental study on this phenomena. And one of the things that we discovered was that yes, sometimes dreams come through deceased relatives. For example, I'll give you an example. There was a gentleman who had a dream where his deceased father came to him during a barbecue and warned him about the barbecue meat, saying that, this might be not up to par, there's something wrong with the temperature of the grill here. And the next day he found himself at a barbecue and remembered his father's message in the dream, decided to skip the barbecue meats, So these kinds of phenomena do happen quite a bit. So I'll be talking about that, but also talking about dream incubation, which is really the way in which we can induce these kinds of healing dreams, and what some of the, recommendations are for dream incubation, such as, clearing the slate, approaching it with an empty mind, right? So dream incubation really in a nutshell is just simply asking the dreaming mind a question and awaiting a response in the form of a dream. Okay. So for example, what can I do to heal myself from asthma? Or, what's the underlying cause of my psoriasis? There's some examples of questions you might pose to your dreaming mind, and then do it several nights in a row and see what happens, see what kind of dreams come up. As Dr. Kim mentioned, write them down, keep a dream journal. And then if your dream literacy is pretty high, you can work with those dreams yourself and figure out what they're trying to tell you. And if you feel like you're new to the language of dreaming, you could, call an expert, like one of us here on the panel, and get our opinion on the dreams if you need assistance, and see what information you can extract about your health from those dreams.
That's a great idea. So, you talk about incubation, dream incubation. I just did an article that's published in the Desert Health magazine out here, just on dream incubation. I didn't even know you were going to bring that up here, but it's so important and it's so easy to do. And it's one way for us to learn our own dream language. I mean, there are great dream dictionaries out there, but the truth of the matter is we have our inner dream language that we were born with. And sometimes over time, we forget that language. It's like any other language that you don't use. If you don't use it all the time, you start to forget it. But as soon as you start using it again, you all remember it again. For instance, if I see a snake in my dreams, I know it's the Kundalini. I know now, pay attention. There's something really important coming behind the snake. See the play on words? The snake is heralding in something important, whereas somebody else who's scared to death of snakes, when they see that, it may wake them up out of the dream so that they can remember to write down what they were dreaming about. So that may be a trigger for them to wake up, because by morning they would forget it. So different things mean different things to different people. So Dr. Kimberly, what is your take on dream language and how our audience can understand their dreams a little bit better?
Well, you just made some excellent points, because everything is different. For me, snake, as you can see from the painting behind me, I think now means a transformation. I wasn't sure at first. I had to track the dreams. And I think you made an excellent point that if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't assume you're going to remember that dream if you go back to sleep. Write it down right then. You may, by doing so, you may get more, that same night. But also importantly, I'd like to add to your point is to not judge anything, leave judgment and that intellectual, critical left brain out of the room for a moment, so that things that may initially be judged as, oh, this isn't meaningful. Don't do that. Put it all down, because by doing that, you get exactly what you said. You start to grow a dream language of your own. And so for me, like I was saying, I think anaconda, I'm pretty certain it's anaconda, even though I've never really seen an anaconda. So we have a way of knowing things too that don't even match where we've been or maybe our history. I'm not from a place where anacondas are, all over the land. So that was confusing. But again, leaving the judgment out for a moment to just log exactly what's in the dream, your feeling, the mood, what you see, what you hear, what you sense, what you feel. Titling the dream, as some other dream experts have suggested. all of that. Even if it's just a color or anything like that, anything to, again, build that dream journal that becomes your own personal dream dictionary. And as you said, some dream dictionaries, maybe you can get something out of a few things. But what's crucial, I believe, is to build your own, and you only do that through your own personal deep inner work.
You said something very important, title your dream. And when I was keeping my dream journal, when I was going through my breast cancer treatment, I made sure I titled every dream, even if the title was The Dream Without a Title. And the reason I would do that is another thing you said, write down your dreams so that you can go back and look up your dreams or incubate your dreams, figure out there's something to incubate or track your dreams. So by giving it a title, sometimes during the day, I would suddenly see something in my waking world that triggered part of a dream I didn't even remember. And my dream journal had it had toilet paper taped in it. It had napkins. It had receipts. Suddenly I would get triggered with a dream that I had that was important. I would write it down on the receipt so that I wouldn't forget it again. And I would take it home, look up the dream it was in, because it had a title. Oh, that must have been in my 3 crab dream. Tape it in there. And that way, at any time, I could go back and see if it was a precognitive dream. If I found that it came true in my waking world, and there had been no other information up until then, a little bit of what Dr. Bhaska was talking about, a precognitive dream. How do you know if it was precognitive if you don't write it down and you can't go back to see if it happened and when it happened? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year later. There's one dream I had that took 5 years before it happened. I went back into my dream journals and said, there it is. A precognitive dream that took 5 years in the waking world, but was only 5 minutes in the dream world. Yeah.
I was just going to add a couple things are coming to mind. Well, first, I'll just quickly say that I was participating in the almond in a dream group with Stan Krippner and Shirley McNeil and others in Berkeley for about 8 years. It was we did the almond method of dream appreciation, and I don't recall titling the dream to be encouraged so much. But then when I was taking some workshops with Robert Moss and doing his lightning dream work process, that's where it was like, okay, the importance of titling a dream what was something I then adopted because he taught that so much. And it's very interesting how the title of a dream can suggest, something. That was a quick point I wanted to make, but I'm curious on your thoughts on this. So you both spoke about crabs. I don't think I've ever dreamt about a crab.
Good for you.
Right?
Hooray!
Yeah. But what's coming to me is this idea of borrowing or sharing or dreaming for each other. I don't, know how to categorize it just yet, but because I listened to both of you talk about crabs, knowing the health journey I'm on, there's a part of me that might somehow kind of borrow or adopt that. And even though that's each of you have some connection to crab related to health dreams, I'm wondering what you think about, let's say a crab came and gave me a message sometime this year in a dream. I would associate that probably with both of you and health and healing. So I'm wondering if either of you have any thoughts about, kind of this borrowing or sharing dream elements with people that you are either in a dream group with or friends where you share dreams. Any of those kind of thoughts?
That's like dreaming in tandem. And I know that in the book that I did with Dr. Larry Burke, there were quite a few mother-daughter and best friends who shared dreams. Like one person would get a dream for another person, or simply because now your dreams or your consciousness understands that we dreamt about crabs, maybe you could share it. What are your feelings about that, Dr. Bhaska?
Well, I think probably the reason why you and I, had the crab dreams is we were probably both interested in astrology. I imagine that has something to do with that.
A little
Is it
bit.
strong? A little bit. Okay. Because I think someone who wouldn't make that kind of association, their dreaming mind would come up with something else, right? You'd have to know enough about that symbol in that context for the dream maker to make use of that symbol. So once again, if it's going to be shared dreaming, then the people who are going to be sharing the dreams have to have a certain, common platform from which to pull symbolically. Otherwise, I don't think it would happen.
Mm, mm. Yeah, that is a very, very good point. So we need to take another break. I know this is going so fast because it's so interesting. You are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we are talking with Dr. Bhaska and Dr. Kimberly about dreams. And when we come back, I know I've got your dreams here. You're sending me on my phone. We're going to start with Dr. Bhaska when we get back, and I'm going to ask him one of the questions you're asking me. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
That every word you speak matters. What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on sacredstoriespublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, Chaos to Clarity, and Crappy to Happy, you'll love crying and laughing through Mayhem to Miracles. Sacred Stories of Transformational Hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to Happy, Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we have two incredible guests with us tonight. We've got Dr. Bhaska and we've got Dr. Kimbrerly, and they're talking about dreams, dreams, dreams. And we're all going to be on a panel together at the IASD. But I know you guys have been sending me tons of dreams here. You want me to ask them. So I'm going to start with Dr. Bhaska. The question that came in is, Dr. Bhaska, how do I know if my dreams are telling me the truth? I have had some pretty scary dreams, and I'm not sure they're from God.
Well, I think we have to build confidence slowly, right? So, I get guidance in my dreams, I act on the guidance, and I see where it leads me. And if it leads me to a place of, understanding and improvement in my life, then I know I can trust those dreams, right? Mm-hmm. I do think one is to build up that capacity. The pipeline doesn't start with, the tap open all the way. One has to sort of, have a modicum of trust in dreams and start to act on those, that inner guidance, and see where it takes one. But no one can be the judge of that except oneself. So, I think ultimately you have to be your own judge.
Excellent answer. Let's give it over to Dr. Kimbrerly. Dr. Kimbrerly, what are your thoughts on that question? How should they trust their dreams? Because some of them are really scary and they're not sure they're from God.
I have a few thoughts, and I think what Dr. Bhaska just said is excellent. If two things. First, even nightmares offer information. So sometimes a really scary dream can be given as, let's say, a message from God to wake us up to something we're not seeing. Mm-hmm. That's a possibility that again, these are all possibilities. Just like Dr. Bhaska said, you could test out the waters, see if there's anything you can act on and see how it goes. Another thought I had, though, is maybe if there's concern that these are not, as some would say, true dreams or from God, mm-hmm. maybe a sleep hygiene sleep hygiene process, as well as a pre-sleep ritual. Perhaps some prayer could be involved, or a clearing or cleansing of the room. Again, energetically, spiritually, all of that could be some places to start. So I would consider everything that was just shared. But do you want to add to as well, Kat?
Well, I think that I think both of you had excellent answers to our listener. And all I would add is sometimes, as I kind of alluded to earlier, when you have something scary like a snake coming into your dream, it shocks you because it's so easy to forget a warm, fuzzy, nice dream. You wake up, you go, oh, that was a really nice dream I had, but I don't remember one thing about it. It's hard to forget a nightmare. Like you were saying, Dr. Kimbrerly, there are no bad dreams. So you could carry that nightmare with you throughout your life if it's recurrent, because there's a message in there that you were talking about that we just didn't get yet. And so our body's trying to wake us up so we can write it down, figure out our dream language, decipher that dream, solve the problem, and move on. Or give you information to keep you from getting bogged down in something. For example, I had a dream when we were selling our house on Cape Cod. I went down into the basement, and often I see the cobra. You talk about an anaconda. I see a cobra. It's big. It's a very big cobra. It stands about 6 or 7 feet high. And so I was down in the basement looking around at all the boxes that were packed up down there because we were getting ready to sell our house. And all of a sudden, the shadow of the cobra came up on the wall in front of me in the basement. And I looked at it and I thought, where is that thing? Because I couldn't see it anywhere around me. And suddenly it just branched out and it had 5 heads. And it was huge. And I said, that's too big for even me to deal with. And I turned around, and as I was walking out, I saw my deceased father sorting through all the boxes, and he looked at me and smiled. And the cobra was still on the wall. So that morning I said to my husband, we're going to sell this house this weekend at the first showing, and we're going to have to be out of here in 2 weeks, because everything, whenever that Cobra shows up, whatever's going to happen happens in 2 weeks. That weekend, somebody came in, handed the realtor a check, said, hold this house until Monday morning when we get the cash, but the people that live here have to be out in 2 weeks. So I it's amazing what would normally be a nightmare to somebody, a huge Cobra with 5 heads, like one's not bad enough. Now it's got 5, was making sure I didn't forget to tell Peter, we have to really double time it because we're going to be out of here in 2 weeks. So, believe it or not, we're coming to the end of our show. I mean, these shows go so fast. And what I want to do is have you each share with us some of the things that you're doing that are coming up, how we can find you at some of your events other than the IASD. So let's start with you, Dr. Kimberly. Tell us what you're going to do.
Well, in addition to the IASD conference in July, I will be hosting a dream medicine retreat in Chicala, Mexico this October. Registration, though, is nearing its end. So the sooner you decide to attend, the better. You can find information on that at consciouschimera.com. On the menu bar, you'll see retreats and just click there. Also, how that retreat developed was through the information, a lot of it shared in this book. So that's
what's the name of your book?
My latest book is Dream Medicine, the intersection of wellness and consciousness. And so I took that book, the material from it, and developed coursework and a retreat. So I hope you'll join me. Thanks.
Great. Dr. Bhaska, what's in the future for you? What's your agenda?
Well, currently I'm working on a dream incubation course for dreams and healing. So it's free right now. So you can go to my website and sign up on it if you like. It's a 21-day online self-paced course that will take you through the nitty-gritty of dream incubation healing, step by step. And there's even some recordings you can download and use to help incubate at night. So it really is a pretty thorough program to help you tap into your inner physician and the wisdom, the latent wisdom that's within us for dream healing.
Great. So what I'm going to be doing, besides being at the IASD with you two amazing doctors, talking about dreams, is in Tampa. I'm going to be doing the Mystical Spirit Expressing Retreat, which is August 20th through the 21st. And I'm going to be doing my Unmask Your Dreams, where I have masks I've collected from all over the world. And the masks speak to the people in the audience. Basically, you attach yourself to that mask. It helps you remember a dream. You come up in the hot seat. It's audience participation. You put the mask on your face, and when you unmask yourself, you reveal your dream and have the mask help you go through the steps of remembering it and figuring out what it means. So that is going to be in the Tampa area at the First Unity Church in St. Petersburg, and you can find out more about that at mysticalspiritexpressing.org. So we have a few more minutes, like 3. So I would just like for you to take a chance, starting with you, Dr. Kimberly. What is one thing you'd like to leave with our audience?
Well, I would say trust your inner world, your inner wisdom, and that can be revealed through dreams. So just having trust in the process, is really important. So trust yourself, trust your dreaming mind, and see what's delivered to you.
Great. And Dr. Bhaska, what would you like to leave with our audience?
I would add to that and say that if you think that you've had a health or healing related dream, look at it at both a literal level and a symbolic level. Don't just treat it symbolically, but look at the literal meaning as well of the dream. Most of these health related dreams tend to be very direct and to the point.
Great. I love that.
So,
and as the last part of our show, we barely have time. We've got like 2 or 3 minutes. I would like for Dr. Bhaskar to give us a dream tip, just a dream tip for anybody, for our audience.
So a great dream tip is when you wake up in the morning, try not to move your body, remain as still as you can, and rehearse whatever fragments of a dream you remember over and over again, as if you're etching it into a record. Okay.
Ooh.
And then when you got it down, then move your body, and that way you're more likely to remember the dream and be able to write it down. Because usually what happens is when we wake up, when we start moving our body, it triggers a huge chemical shift in our brain. We forget the dream. So the key is remain still, rehearse the dream till you got it, and then start moving.
Excellent. And Dr. Kimberly, what about you? What's your dream tip for our audience?
That's one of my main ones, and keeping the eyes closed.
Okay.
But I'll say more than so. If, let's say, your children are calling on you or your alarm won't stop beeping and you do have to move, it's okay to then see, let's say, lunch break, or if you have some free time later that day, to lie down, see if you can just drop back in and incubate from there. You might not have a dream to do a dream entry, but maybe you can ask, spirit or your inner being to bring anything forward that you were supposed to remember. So we can use, let's say, just hypnotic or deep relaxation states in the day. If we absolutely don't have any moment to do what Bhaskar suggested, which is an excellent tip.
Well, I just want to thank Dr. Bhaska Banerji and Dr. Kimbrerly Mascaro for being with us today on Dreaming Healing. Your wisdom and your knowledge is just incredible. Thank you so much for being with us. And I would just like to say, in conclusion, as you've seen, there's a lot more to dreams than just sleeping and being entertained, although that may be part of it. Maybe we just need a break from life and it's like a movie going on. I've had those, but a lot of times it's a way as Dr. Bhaskar said, our loved ones can come back in and give us information. And Dr. Kimberly said it's a way of learning that dream language so that it can give you health information. So the next time you have a really great dream and you wake up, take a few minutes. I mean, you've got all those people on the other side working for you through your dreams. They're trying to keep you healthy and safe and well. So take a minute and write your dreams down so that they can become a part of your waking world. And that's going to give you an advantage many other people walking around in the waking world won't have, because they haven't learned how to use their dream language or write their dreams down or use those dreams to help them yet. Thank you so much for being with us. Until next time, remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.